Rockology Hour Interviews.
Well, welcome to Rockology Hour Interviews. My name is Jake Storer. I am your resident rock connoisseur at Riverside Radio. If you're listening to this as the podcast version, this is the first one going up across the world, I guess. But if you're unfamiliar with Rockology Hour, it's a live radio show where we promote some of the best alternative music acts out there at the moment. You discover new bands you love, you rediscover old classics, and we bring you some juicy content, some nice interviews. Sometimes we get some live performances in the studio, but I thought I wanted to archive all the interviews and spread them out in the podcast universe. So I'm starting with the beginning of 2020. I have, 40 odd interviews in the last year I can upload, but I'm going to try and keep the new ones pumping out as regularly as possible. But if I don't have a guest on the live radio show, which airs on Riverside Radio at Thursdays at 8 p.m, then I can throw in one of my interviews from the archive and get that out there. So this first episode would have been towards the beginning of the year. I think it was my first interview of the year, and it was in the preparation for MilkTeeth to release their new record, which is a self-titled album. And it was a very hectic interview because I had to travel across London in record time to the Sony headquarters, which was quite impressive, I guess. But I had to get from my office, which is in kind of central London, all the way to West London, where the Sony office is, during rush hour. I knew this was towards the end, and MilkTeeth had been doing a lot of interviews, so I didn't want to keep them too long. So I steamed into the Sony offices, somehow managed to get up there, and they eventually found me. I was on the wrong floor for a while. Bit of a nightmare. I turned up like a hot, sweaty mess. I'd just been on the underground. It was a real chaotic Wednesday afternoon. I got in there and it was a great chat. And since this interview's happened, obviously the record's come out and it's really, really good record. Highly recommend you go check out MilkTeeth's self-titled album. It came out in March, I believe. So yeah, enjoy the show. This was the first episode. I did the Stappoke karaoke quiz game, which you will become familiar with, because I do it to all my guests so far in 2020. It's essentially me doing a Scott Stapp impression, humiliating myself, but also got a quiz element to it. But I'll leave it to myself to explain in the interview. So yes, we're now going to throw it over to the portion of the live radio show where I then interview MilkTeeth. So yeah, enjoy, sit back, relax, get a can of beer, get a wine, get whatever you drink, and sit back, relax, take off your pants if you want, I don't care, and enjoy this interview with MilkTeeth. All right, it's Jake from Riverside Radio representing Rockology Hour. I am sat with Becky, Em, and Jack, otherwise known as MilkTeeth. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Good, thank you very much. Yeah.
I have to let the listeners know I have one mic and a very short arm, so I apologise in advance for the sound, but we'll make the best of it. So, your new track, Transparent. I absolutely love it. It's awesome. It's coming off the forthcoming album, but self-titled. It's coming out in March?
Yes, March 27th.
March 27th. You can pre-order it now. We're going to play it on the show, but I absolutely love this track. Love the video. So what was the kind of inspiration behind it? And what's the kind of songwriting process for it?
The song started as a bass riff and built from there. I was quite angry at the time and I knew what I wanted to say, but it was when me and Em came together that we actually twisted the lyrics on their head and put them in a more positive spin, because she knew that I'd have to sing these songs live and the record is quite personal and intense and I needed some relief. Yeah. So that's kind of how it became more of an empowerment anthem. And we took that theme with the video. We got together a bunch of our mates and got them to do their own performance of the song. Yeah.
And you guys are just chilling in the back like, yeah, they did a pretty good job on the apps.
It was great. I was like, for once, it's not all on me and all on the rest of us. Like, it was cool.
I always wonder what it's like to kind of make the videos. Is it a bit weird for you guys? Is it just kind of the track continuously played back at you and you're kind of like miming it? Or how does it work?
Making videos is one of the most tedious experiences of all time, and I think any band member will tell you that. However, I think that the transparent video shoot was actually some of the most fun I've had filming a music video ever, just because it was just a case of people coming in and just expressing themselves and having fun. And I think that the team, like Chris Chance, the director, and everyone who made the video really captured that, and everyone who was in it as well. But yeah, generally speaking, it's not that fun. Honestly, I've had days at the dentist that I've enjoyed more than video shoots.
I'm thinking back to the Stain video where you've got like the plastic sheet over your face. What was that like?
That was interesting. I had, was it like 7 bottles of red wine poured over me that day?
Yeah. I've already said before the video started.
Yeah, alcohol free, but I definitely got some funny looks on the train.
Yeah,
on the train.
And in the supermarket, I was walking around with armfuls of alcohol-free red wine.
What time of day was it?
Oh,
early.
Any time of day is okay to drink alcohol-free red wine.
As long as they could see the label.
That is the best thing about being sober, is you can drink beer 24 hours a day.
People are like, what's it like not drinking? And I'm like, oh, I still drink. I still drink from the morning through to the night, just alcohol-free. I can drink so much more beer than I ever drank.
My favourite part was seeing Em get ID'd with all these alcohol-free red wines.
Yeah.
Can you prove that you can buy these? Yeah.
You've got quite a few tattoos. Surely that's ID in itself.
I was going to say, what kind of haggard 17-year-old do you think I am? Like,
it kind of went off the rails at 12, and here we are.
Just checking you're all right.
Well, I've really enjoyed your kind of growth over the last kind of, what's it been, 7 years, is it? 2013 with 2020? Yeah, that's, if my maths is correct. Actually, a friend of mine, when I was doing the student radio, showed me your track Vanilla, I believe, which was in 2014? Yeah. I can't even find it on Spotify, I don't think.
Yeah, it's on Bandcamp. It's still on Bandcamp.
Yeah. And am I thinking it's about Vanilla Coke, or have I just completely made that up?
It's not about Vanilla Coke, but I'm pretty sure we did put a bottle of Coke on the collage artwork.
Yeah.
We put loads of Simpsons stuff, pizza,
We nearly played that on the new tour, but then we thought, do you know what? We've got so many more new songs that we want to play. We're just like, let's do the new ones.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to really kind of see your growth over the last kind of 7 years. I really think you found your niche over the last 2 or 3. So talk to me a bit about the growth. Like, how do you think you've matured as like songwriters and performers? What's really changed within MilkTeeth, and what can we expect from the new album? A lot of questions there.
I think I went through a hell of a lot, and the band was definitely in a turbulent period for quite some time, and there's more stability now, which is nice, and like I feel more supported, but not weirdly, I guess like a lot of people, like sometimes adversity gives you good songs, not always, but sometimes having quite a lot happen to you obviously is going to come out in some form, and for me that's writing. So.
A lot of inspiration there to kind of work with.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, awesome.
I think it was a lot of a case of, as you know, in terms of where we were at with making the record, we definitely took a less is more approach as well in terms of production, and really sort of saying, do we need that? Do we need this? And working out what was important to us as a band in terms of not having things going on for the sake of them going on, and being a little bit more selective. And I think that comes through maturity in terms of songwriting as well. I think that comes from experience, and not getting carried away with the studio experience and being like, oh, let's do this as well, and oh, let's do this. Sometimes that can be great, but that wasn't what this record was, and I think that's something that really came through.
I love the band Bully, American band, and their records always sound like you're sat in the room listening to them, and that's the approach we wanted to take, because I like the songs on the stuff we released previously, the EPs mostly, but I was never quite happy with how polished they were, because it definitely didn't represent how we played them live.
Yeah.
And so a key thing going into this record was like, we're a 3-piece now, it needs to sound like a 3-piece and be sounds that we can replicate live, and kind of the two experiences match, rather than being two very different experiences.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think the band Puppy have done something similar with their new EP. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check it out, but another 3-piece, and they just stripped it all back, and I think live it will really bode well. I saw you guys at Camden Rocks last summer in Electric Ballroom. Yeah. Amazing show. Are you doing any more festivals in the summer? I think you were at Slam Dunk last year as well. Have you got any more lined up? Is it too soon?
We've just announced Download.
Yeah.
We're returning to Download, which is exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to do Download. we've also got the headline tour in April, which will be a festival of the mind. I think it's going to be. I think that one of the things that we enjoyed about Camden Rocks was playing a venue, and I think that we did so much of the outdoor stuff. It would be nice to play some big rooms. So we're doing some big rooms on this headline tour.
Is it the Islington Academy, I believe, in April? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll get that. I'll get the guys know. And I'll get the Rockology Hours listening, buying tickets for that. Okay. Should we try this game? Okay. So for the listeners at home, I briefly explained this to MilkTeeth just before starting. I've come up with this game. It's like karaoke, but if you're really into your Pearl Jam or Creed. The game is I'll sing one line of a song, famous song. These guys, I'm sorry. Have you?
The way you described this to us was, I'm going to sing songs in the voice of Scott Stapp from Creed. That was it. Stapp had to join in. We just thought you were going to sing the songs.
Well, I'm tempted to give double points if you do the Scott Stapp back at me.
Okay, all right.
Everyone looks at M for people that, yeah.
I don't know. I've never even heard Creed.
Oh, well, you're missing out.
Creed 2?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
So for listeners home, think never mind the Buzzcocks when they have to guess the next line. Think Shooting Stars with the club singer round. Okay. Have to get my Scott Stapp lined up.
What is that?
Hold on, can you do Scott Stapp? Can I hear your Scott Stapp?
Okay.
Make me feel comfortable, please.
Well, I just heard the news today. Okay. There you go.
Okay. So should we go the first one? Oh. That's okay. Okay. I've never had my Scott Stapp question before. I'm doubting myself. I thought that was no. All right. Transparent through the window. Can you guess the next line? Come on.
I can't do the impression. I can. To the life I played the lead.
Yes.
To the life I played the lead.
Okay, very good. I take it you know the band and the song.
Oh, I do.
No idea.
That's Creed with arms wide open.
Yeah. Milk Creed. Transparent arms wide open. Okay. Okay, number 2. I'll give you 2 points for that. Well done. Number 2. Exit late and tonight.
Oh, I did this at karaoke.
Take my hand.
Yes.
We're off to an Neverland.
Yes, band.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
To Sandman by
Megadeth.
Oh, that's controversial.
Metallica.
Okay.
Iron Maiden.
Full marks so far.
Yes.
Number of the Sabbath.
Okay. I think we're getting a little bit of a groove here. I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
I'm glad you're getting it.
I love it. Keep them coming.
And that's about the time she walked away from me. Actually, went a bit aggressive.
Likes you when you're That's my impression of your impression of Scott Stapp.
Yeah. I'm too aggressive. I'm dipping into James. I'm dipping into James Hetfield.
I think you threw yourself with the band before.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
This is right. Stephen Slate. Do you know Stephen Slate?
The guy who made the Raven desk. Is that right? Yeah.
And once made Neil, our producer, almost he didn't cry, but he was very emotional because she insulted his singing.
I didn't insult it. What I said was, I said, you really sound like Stephen Slate. And if Neil Kennedy listens to this, which he will, because I will link him to it, I said that Neil sounded like Stephen Slate. And Neil was so upset that it just became really funny. And I started tagging Neil Kennedy in pictures of Stephen Slate on Instagram.
For listeners, that's acclaimed producer Neil Kennedy there. Okay, so you're full marks so far. Okay, we're going to mix up genres a little bit. Ooh. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
That was. I think that was more. Do it again. Do it one more time. Let me just.
There's only so many in the bank I have.
Okay, yeah, but just
it takes a piece of my soul every time. But okay. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Can I have that one more time?
I think you're abusing me.
I'm not.
Okay. One more time. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Run around and hurt you.
Rick Astley, yes. Oh, I just gave away the band. Okay, there we go. Yes.
He performed it with Foo Fighters this year. Where were we?
Reading.
Reading. We watched it.
Oh yeah, Rick
Rick
played
came
the
out.
same stage as us at Reading and Leeds on the main
Was
stage.
he on drums? Have I made that up? Because he played drums with Dave Grohl at the Moth
No,
Club.
he just sung
Oh yeah, no, he was at the Muff Club. I think that was a couple of nights before, but then he came out and did.
the Big Reading.
Funny you've mentioned that. Okay. Okay, next track.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not very good. I'm giving the points away, okay? Okay, this is new. You have to get the track. I had to really build this up. All my life I've been searching for something. That's Jack in hysterics, by the way.
Could you just do that one more time?
Okay, I need some dry ice if I'm going to perform this much, okay? Okay. All my life I've been searching for something.
I know it.
Something never comes and it leads to nothing. That one.
I'll give that. And the track, easy one.
All my life.
All my
Foo
life.
Fighters.
Okay. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm really making this easy for you guys. But okay, we've got another page to go. Okay, this one's slightly. It might be.
Another page.
Yeah. Oh, this is supposed to be a quick fire round. This is yeah. Okay, this might be slightly harder. Hi there, we're the boys in your bedroom.
Oh, it's Creeper.
Creeper. Hiding with boys. This is actually what Will sounds like. Me and you. I don't know the full words. It's
half of the sentence.
I don't know it. No.
It goes. In your bedroom.
Do you need the loo? Are you alright?
Coming from you.
I need to establish some authority. My stop stab has been ripped apart right now. I'll give 1 point for that. It was hiding the evidence of dying youth. Hiding the evidence of dying youth. I would accept it as well.
Something about being young and smoking cigarettes.
That's pretty. That's good. That's Creeper in a nutshell.
Something spooky and cigarettes.
Okay. What's the worst thing I could say?
Things are really fasting. Helena.
Yeah.
Helena.
That's the next line.
So long and good night.
Almost.
Things are better if I stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, this is I might have to put an extra bit of mustard on this one. Okay. You gotta get it. I push my fingers into my eyes.
That's got a tune. It goes.
It's the only thing that slowly stops the egg.
Yes.
Do that one again.
How dare you? I feel like my Scott staff's still being ridiculed. Okay.
What do you mean you're still? What is this if not ridiculous?
It's okay. So we got that right. So
I thought
yes,
this
we
was.
got that.
I thought this was.
What, did you get the track? The track? Did you get the track?
Oh, duality.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. 2 left. We're almost there.
Didn't hear it. Don't worry about it. Off mic.
Okay, this might be slightly harder, but don't just remember the melody, because that's key, because I'm running off the melody the whole time. Okay. Part of me won't agree. James Hetfield.
Wait, hold on. Say again.
I'll do it more Scott Stappy. Part of me won't agree. It's slightly harder, this one.
I have no idea.
Is it like? Is it Sum 41?
Yeah. That's the right melody, but what are the words?
I haven't got. I know that it's called "Part of Me" by Sum 41.
Is it a Hell song?
Yes.
Oh,
Hell song by Sum 41.
oh, "Part of Me." If you leave me now.
Well, I do you a deal, right? I could do the next line. I could do the next line, but then you have to get the line after that. Is all right? Okay. I just have any excuse to do it again. Part of me won't agree, because I don't know if it's for sure.
Suddenly, all I see is a picture on the floor.
It rhymes.
Listen, they are the words.
Okay, you get 1 point. You get 1 point for that. Okay. Suddenly, I don't feel so insecure. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh my God. You'll be glad to know that we've got one left.
Jack will only do interviews like this.
This is it.
Wait, hold on. We're doing the Scott Stapp thing for every interview now.
I'm gone.
Okay. I'm so happy, 'cause today...
I found my friends, they're in my head.
Yes.
I'm so ugly, and that's okay, because
So are you.
So are you. All right. Chill out, Becky.
Becky takes it seriously, I respect that.
Yeah.
I take it seriously too.
Yeah, band and track.
Nirvana.
Correct.
Nirvana.
I know this.
Yes. And he steams in for the win. I believe that was that 19 out of 20.
Pretty good.
You'd be glad to know you're number one on the leaderboard, but you also join bottom because you're the first to do it because it's a new game.
That's a good score.
That's a good score.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll start it from now. 2020, MilkTeeth top of the leaderboards. We'll see where you guys end up. I'll let you know where you end up on the final score.
Do you know what? I can't believe that we were the first people to do that because that was such a slick feature that I thought
It was-
you've done it a million times before.
Slicks. I might. Okay. I've now renamed myself Slick Stapp. Slick Stapp. And from now on, every time I meet you guys, probably to guys interviews and festivals, I want to be known as Slick Stapp. Okay.
So much fun.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Anyway,
That was brilliant.
and but unbelievably, that took up 10 minutes. So we're gonna have to wrap this up. But your new track, Transparent, we're gonna play it after Stapp. We just had Stapp here. We're gonna play it after this chat. Your new album is out on March. I want to say 27th off the top of my head. Got it. You can pre-order now. You can check out Transparent on Donsley YouTube for the video.
Yeah, head to milkteethpunks.com, P-U-N-X, milkteethpunks.com, and then you can get everything from there. Tour dates, album pre-order, you can get like...
Socks. We've done some socks on the pre-order.
Yeah, we got T-shirts, we got hoodies, we got the whole lot. And specially designed album artwork as well.
Yeah.
No, they're sold out.
Are they? What? No, they're not.
I think they are.
Maybe
That's
not.
good
Who
news.
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what's sold out? Go and get yourself a thing before it sells out.
Yeah. The Slick Staps stock socks are coming out at the end of the year. They're in pre-production at the moment. Guys, that's a mouth bender. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. I can't wait for the new album. I'll check you out on tour. London Boys. It's Islington Academy. On the show, April, I will say the date exactly.
2nd.
April 2nd.
London shows April 2nd.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
That was my chat with MilkTeeth. Thanks to Becky, Em, and Jack for sitting down with me, playing a bit of Stappoke. Now, let's play their new track, Transparent. It goes like this. And that was my chat with M, B, and Jack from MilkTeeth. What a fun chat that was. It was the Stappoke with one mic was very difficult. So I apologize when it was kind of going, the sound wasn't perfect. It wasn't as we would do in the live studio, but you got the message. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with it. Go check out MilkTeeth's new record, MilkTeeth, which came out earlier in the year. Fantastic record, and keep up to date with their ongoings, their tour, their whatever they got lined up. I guess at this point, recording this little outro in May of 2020, we don't really know what's the future is exactly with this whole pandemic thing going on, but hopefully everyone will be back out on the road, going to festivals, going to gigs, back to normal, please. So thanks for listening. This has been Rockology Hour, the interviews, the first podcast of the year. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And you can follow Rockology Hour Donsley socials at Rockology Hour on Twitter, Instagram. The website is www.rockologyhour.com. I think we were on Facebook. Yeah, Rockology Hour radio show. Give us a follow if you enjoyed that. And oh boy, do I have a lot of interviews lined up for you guys. So stay tuned. And, if you've found all these interviews in one go, get binging. Yeah. Oh yeah. I have been Jake Storia, your resident rock connoisseur at Riverside Radio. And I'm out. See you later.
Rockology Hour Interviews.